Hi, this is Barbie and welcome to my channel. Today I am playing with the March stamp of the month, Precious Moments. And so I have a few cards here that I've already done, and I decided I wanted a second one of each one and thought I would show you a little bit of the process. So I'm using the Triblend Markers to color with, and I'm going to start with the Koala, and I'm using the Earth Brown blend. Now all of our tri-tip markers do have 3 tips on them, a light, a medium, and dark. And so I'm using the light to do the coloring on this. And then I'm going to use the medium tip just for a little bit of shading. I really think these markers are awesome. And the fact that you get 3 colors basically on one marker is a wonderful value. And I'm also going to be using the Dusty Purple blend, the Antique Pink, and the Vintage Blue blends. Then on the leaves, I'm going to use the Dull Green blend. And for the centers of the flowers, I'm going to use the Gold Yellow blend. For the basket, I'm going to use the Muted Brown blend in the light and medium tips. And on some of the other ones, I used the Ice Gray and Brown Gray blends. So I'm going to go ahead and work on the flowers, and I'm using the Vintage Blue blend right now. And you can see that I'm doing 3 different flowers, and if you were to draw a line from one flower to another, it would form a triangle. And so that helps the eye to flow around. And then I'm going to color in the centers with that gold yellow blend. And then I haven't decided exactly how I want to color the other flowers. So when you don't know what you want to do something, go ahead and stick to the things that you do know. So that's why I'm coloring in all the greenery with the dull green blend. And then I'll go ahead and do the ears with that Antique Pink. And then I'm going to pull out another Muted Brown blend of the Triblend Markers because mine dried up to do that basket with. And I'm going to use the light tip for the base of the basket and the medium tip for the rim. I apologize for my head getting in the way. I didn't realize I was leaning so far over. And then once I get that done, then I can look at those flowers that are left and decide what colors to color each of them. And so I end up doing a blue one and one of the pink ones and a purple one of each. And then I'll take the dull green marker and go ahead and go across the bottom there to just color in the grass a little bit. Did a little bit more shading. And so there's the green across the bottom. I think he's turning out so cute. I've already done some sponging of the clouds, which I will go into more detail later. So here's the March stamp of the month. Those characters are oh so cute. And here is the Life's a Hoot stamp set that goes with these papers that I'm using. So you get 3 different double-sided pages, and you get 2 sheets of each one. And I'm showing you the front and back side of each one. On the front of each one, you do get a zip strip, and then on the back side, it talks about the colors in the packet. You also can purchase the paper with the sticker sheet. Now here's the color coordinating cardstock, and you get 2 sheets of each color, and there's a light side and a dark side. So here's 5 different colors that you get that, and then there'll be 2 sheets of the white cardstock as well. I think these colors are just beautiful. So let's get on to the first card. It is going to be a side fold card, and you can see I have a piece of grape and a piece of wisteria, as well as my piece that I've already stamped. And I'm going to be layering them, and so by doing so, there's a lot of wasted space in the center of each piece. So I'm going to gut them out and make a frame out of each piece. And that way, that leftover piece from the center can be used on a future project. So I line up my paper at the 1/2 inch mark and slide it down, starting a 1/2 inch from the top and starting a 1/2 inch from the edge of the paper. And I do this on all 4 sides to gut that out. The Fiskars cutter just makes this so quick and easy to do. So you can see I've got a pretty good size piece there for a future project. Now I'll go ahead and do the same thing with the wisteria cardstock. Again, cutting a 1/2 inch frame and gutting out the center. I'm wondering, have you played with these papers yet? They're just really cute. They are available in our January through March catalog, so they're available to the end of this month. Now let's go ahead and put our cutter aside and we can put this card together. So we're going to start with that grape piece and adhere it. And you can see as I'm putting the adhesive on that 1/2 inch frame is just the perfect size for my adhesive. Again, I apologize for my head getting in the way. So I'm going ahead and adhering that to the fold side first. Go ahead and can scoot that over because it was a little bit off. And then I'll do the same thing with the wisteria. Now on both of these cardstocks, I do have the darker side up, which we call the true color side. The lighter side is just a lighter hue of that dark side. And now I'll go ahead and put that piece of paper on that I already stamped and colored with the kangaroo. Cute, cute, cute. And then I'm going to go ahead and sponge some clouds with the Periwinkle ink. Normally I would do this first, but I forgot to do that. So I'm just going to be careful not to get any of that ink on the cardstock. If you don't have one of these stencils, I've had mine for probably 15-20 years, you could cut your own cloud stencil using cardstock or acetate. And I'm trying to go around so that the ink isn't right on top of that saying, because I want my greeting to really pop. So it's like it's on the inside of the cloud. So I think that card is turning out really cute. I also stamped some flowers from an old retired stamp set. I stamped the outline in black and then the center with wisteria and periwinkle. And then I just drew in my leaves. So let's go ahead and do the second card now. And you can see my stamped image with the koala, and I've already got some dots on there with the liquid pearls, and I'm going to mat it on that grape cardstock. And then I have this pattern paper that I'm also going to put on top of a grape mat. And I'm going to go ahead and get all these papers as well. So I'm going to do a 1/2 inch frame on the grape cardstock, both the large piece and the smaller piece, just like I did before. And like I said, the Fiskars cutter just makes this so quick and easy to do. And you'll see at the end that I will have quite a bit of cardstock left between just these two cards. Even this smaller one can be used to mat a greeting for your card. There's no wasted paper. I love being able to make the most use of all my papers. So see, that's a pretty good size piece there. Now we'll go ahead and do the same thing with the pattern paper, but I know I need a little bit bigger frame than a 1/2 inch. So I'm just laying this on so I can figure out what size I need to do. And I can see that I need to go in about 3/4 of an inch rather than a 1/2 inch. And so I'm going to do that. So I'll start my cutter at 3/4 of an inch from the top and go down to 3/4 of an inch from the bottom edge. And I'll do this on all 4 sides, just like before. I think this is just beautiful pattern paper with all these little circles. It can be used for a variety of cards or layouts. It's very versatile. So go ahead and bring in all these pieces that I have cut from the centers. And you can see I've got enough for at least 1 card, if not 2 cards. Now this card again is going to be a side fold card. So we'll start with that piece of grape cardstock. And again, I have the dark side up. I like being able to have the 2 tones so that you can play with either one. It gives you more colors to use from. So if I wanted to, on that smaller frame, instead of having the dark side up, I could have chose to do the light side, but I decided to keep them both the same. So I'm putting the adhesive on that pattern paper and going ahead and adhering it. You can see I have an 1/8 inch frame of the grape cardstock all the way around, and now I'll adhere that stamped piece on my grape cardstock mat and then attach it onto the card. I think it's just a little easier to line things up this way rather than putting that grape mat on and then the stamped piece. So I'm just going to bring it in a little closer. You can see I've already added some little bling with the dots of the liquid pearls. And here's all 4 cards that I've made. I used a zip strip on that one on the bottom left and added the dots to the other ones, as you can see. I think these are very cute and I can't wait to send them out. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope you had a great time and enjoyed this.